Hello and welcome back to my vlog. So today's video is again about Sri Lanka. I'm doing a couple of videos about Sri Lanka at the moment because it is mid-lockdown and Sri Lanka was my main trip of this year, and I haven't been anywhere else, and it's now nearly the end of May, so I have been doing a lot of content on Sri Lanka and I can't wait to share it all with you. A lot of my blog posts are already live and my 2 vlogs from the trip went live back in March as well. So this video is all about climbing Pidurangala Rock, which offers the most insane views of Sigiriya Rock just across the valley. We climbed this rock on, I think it was our 3rd day while we were in Sri Lanka, and it was one of the most magical experiences of the entire trip. Sigiriya Rock and Pidurangala Rock are located more or less right in the centre of Sri Lanka. I'll pop a little map up here so you can see where it is. And it's really easy to get to from anywhere in Sri Lanka. It's a couple of hours from Colombo and only another few hours from Kandy. Sigiriya Rock is the most famous out of the 2, offering tourists rich history, the lion's paw and much more. However, for us, climbing Pidurangala Rock at sunrise was just top of our bucket list, and also it was a lot cheaper. Climbing Sigiriya Rock can cost, I think, around $30, whereas we only paid $3. Not that that should stop you, but we got just as good views for $3 as we would have done for $30, but we did miss out on a little bit of history, I guess. But we still learned a lot about Sigiriya Rock even when we were climbing up Pidurangala. We found that climbing Pidurangala Rock was more of a locals experience. It was less touristy, there were less people, and it felt like we were going off the beaten track a little bit more. Pidurangala Rock, like Sigiriya, is a rock island in the middle of a valley. Now this means that climbing either of them offers you the most incredible views of the surrounding countryside, farmsteads and rice paddies as well. Climbing Pidurangala Rock also offers you 360-degree views, so you do honestly get some of the most surreal photos at sunrise. Pidurangala Rock has a long and complex history. It has been both a monastery and a fortress over the years. History says that in the 5th century, the king of Sri Lanka wanted Sigiriya Rock for himself, so he asked the monks if they would move out of the fort and made it a fortress for himself. However, the monks needed to go somewhere, so he gave them Pidurangala Rock instead. The hike in total takes around 30 minutes and you pay your $3 right at the bottom of the rock in the office just before you start climbing the steps. As I mentioned earlier, it costs only $3 to climb the rock, which is incredible considering the views that you get from the top. I would also say that it's more than possible to do both Sigiriya and Pidurangala in the same day, and I would suggest doing Pidurangala for sunrise and Sigiriya for sunset. It says it's an easy hike, and I'm quite fit, but it was not easy in 30-degree heat. So I would say come prepared, wear your gym gear, make sure you're wearing sensible shoes because there's a lot of climbing, especially towards the end of the hike just before you reach the summit. And there's a lot of being pushed through the middle of rocks and climbing through before you reach the top. So I would definitely say don't take too much gear, take your camera, but make sure it's safe. Maybe put it in the bag while you're climbing so that you don't drop it on the way up, or on the way down for that matter either as well. I would say if you want to go to Pidurangala Rock for sunrise, I would get there for 5 AM, 5:30. We were there a little bit later, around 6 AM, and found that it was already quite busy and people had already made their way to the top. So we did struggle at first to find a spot overlooking the rock over to Sigiriya. And my final top tip would be to make sure you take some cover-up clothing, even if it's just a pashmina or a scarf, because there is a temple halfway up the hike and you do need to take your shoes off and cover up your shoulders and your legs whilst passing this temple. There is no way up the rock without passing the temple, so make sure that you do this before you get there. So this is my advice for climbing Pidurangala Rock, and I can't wait to return to Sri Lanka once lockdown is over. I absolutely loved visiting this country and it was an absolute bucket list experience. I would probably climb Sigiriya Rock next time because we didn't have a chance to do both whilst we were there in February, but I would definitely recommend trying to do both of them in the same day if you do have the time. So that's it guys, make sure you check out my other blog posts and vlogs on Sri Lanka. hit the subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this, and if you like this video, please give this video a thumbs up. It all means a lot to me, being able to see if you guys love these types of videos. So stay tuned for another few videos on Sri Lanka in the coming weeks, and I'll see you soon. See you later, bye!